Well, hey friends, this is Darnell coming to you from the beautiful Bedrock Ministry studio with this morning's edition of AM in America, our daily journey through Psalm 119, one day, one verse at a time. Now we are on day 153, verse 153. The psalmist says, "Consider my affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget your law." My friends, I want to really kind of dive into this word deliver. The psalmist is asking for God's deliverance here, but it's on the basis of the fact that the psalmist has built a relationship with Jesus. He says, "Consider my affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget your law or forget your word." This is why I'm going through Psalm 119, my friends, because I want you to understand how important this word, this Bible is to God, and how important it is to us and having a relationship with God through His Word. Very, very important. God is not a genie on the bottle, in a bottle that, I know people, there's an old saying, there are no atheists in the foxholes, meaning that when people are faced with a sudden life and death situation, suddenly everybody's a believer in God. Oh, Jesus, help me, people that otherwise wouldn't give God the time of day. Now, I'm not going to say that God absolutely will not respond to a person in that situation, but I would not want to bank on it, my friends. God knows those whose hearts are sincere and who really want a relationship with Him, and those who don't. Having said that, if you are one that truly wants a relationship with God, God is in the business of delivering. He has proven that over and over, my friends, starting from the Garden of Eden. Man rebelled against God. God could have written all mankind off right then. Man hid himself from God, knowing suddenly that he had rebelled, having his eyes open to the knowledge of good and evil. Man went and hid himself and tried to cover his nakedness with fig leaves. God comes along and says, "No, that's not going to get it done. There's only one thing that can pay for sin, and that's shed blood," which was a foreshadow of the cross. But the point of the story is that God actually provided the animal skins for man's covering right there in the garden. That was a deliverance. Noah's Ark was a deliverance. God giving Noah the wisdom to build an ark when he had never even seen rain before. But the flood was coming, and God provided a deliverance for Noah and his family. Sodom and Gomorrah. God saved Lot and his family coming out of Sodom and Gomorrah. At the Red Sea, the parting of the Red Sea, the Israelites are backed into a corner. They're in this trap, and the Egyptian army's coming in to destroy them. God parts the Red Sea. Another deliverance. All through the Bible, my friends, story after story after story after story, God is delivering His people, ultimately leading to the cross and the resurrection, which was the ultimate deliverance as Jesus came and paid for my sin and yours. My friends, God is in the business of deliverance. Listen to this passage in Luke 4:18. This is Jesus speaking, actually quoting a scripture passage from Isaiah the prophet out of the Old Testament, but it was a prophecy about him. He says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He has anointed me," the anointed one, the Messiah, "to preach the good news, the gospel, to the poor. He has sent me to announce release to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to send forth as delivered," there's that word, "to send forth as delivered those who are oppressed, who are downtrodden, bruised, crushed, and broken down by calamity." This is the reason Jesus was sent into the world, my friends, is for deliverance, the deliverance of His people. And God is still in the business of delivering people today. Delivering people from substance abuse, delivering people from depression, anxiety, a variety of disorders, from emotional bondage, delivering people from physical illness and sickness and disease, financial bondage and marital problems, and the list just goes on and on and on. The good news is that there is no calamity in life. There is no oppression in life that God cannot come and break the chains of that bondage and deliver you or I. I know that I have personally experienced deliverance in my life. I have seen people experience deliverance. The Bible is clear. All things are possible with God. Nothing is impossible to him that believes. You put your eyes on Jesus. You get into the Word. You find out what God has done. Build your faith up and find those promises in the Bible. And you put those promises in your mouth in faith against your circumstances. And the Bible is clear. God can move mountains. I hope that blesses you today, my friends. This is Darnell coming to you from the beautiful Bedrock Ministry studio. Now let's go change the day.